Hey there guys, so today's video is going to be a Buttercup inspired look with the Powerpuff Girls and Colourpop eyeshadow palette along with the blush and some other products. I'm also going to be using the Mojo Jojo shadow stick because I haven't used this one yet. This is the only one I haven't used. I've actually used the other two. So since I've been doing looks for Bubbles and Blossom, now I need to do one for Buttercup. I didn't say originally in the video that I did the Blossom look that it was a look for her, but I think I'm going to make that the look for Blossom. So I already primed my eyes with my Anastasia eye primer, and then I just went in with my Dewdrop lip oil, and then I set my eyes with my Wet n Wild powder, which I don't know why I did that because I am working today, but it's okay as long as I set them with a powder. So we're going to go into the palette, and I'm going to start out with this shade right here called Crime Fighting, and basically we're going to do kind of a similar technique to what I did for the Bubbles look, but I haven't been able to play with the greens in here, so I'm really excited to use them today. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with Crime Fighting and put that in my crease. Originally, I was going to go live and play with the collection, but I kind of just don't have enough time to go live because I did have... So I had a dentist appointment this morning, so I had to go to that, and then I have work at 3 o'clock. So I basically, when I came home from my dentist appointment, I just had lunch, and then I just had to start getting ready for work because I didn't have too much time, So anyway, I do have a few things coming up this weekend. I do have a lot of things coming up. But we're not going to get into it right now. I just want to concentrate on doing my makeup because I only have like a half hour for work. But I'm kind of torn whether or not I want to use the green shade in the palette on my lid or the shadow stick on my lid because they're both very similar colors, and the green in the palette isn't really like a pressed glitter like the blue shade from the Bubbles. Oh my god, I cannot. I was so annoyed before this video, and now my friend is messaging me like 6 messages. I can't do it anymore. I need to start putting my phone on Do Not Disturb when I'm filming YouTube videos because I just get so frustrated. Like, everybody sends me like 6 messages. It's like, can't you just say it in one message? It's like so much easier. Okay, and then for my defining shade, I'm going to go into this green right here, which is called Silico, because like I said, I haven't been able to play with the greens in the palette. So I'm going to use that and use it to define my crease, and it's a really pretty green shade, so I think it's going to be nice. But anyway, like I was saying, because I get interrupted 10 million times, is that, I used the shadow stick as a base in my Bubbles look because I was using the pressed glitter, and those layered really nicely because, you know, usually you sometimes need a base for a glitter, but like with the Chemical X shade in here and the Mojo Jojo shadow stick, they're very similar, like green shades. So I was thinking about using the shadow stick on the lower lash line and using the Chemical X shade on my lid. Or I was thinking about using the Chemical X shade on the inner corners and just using the shadow stick on the lid. So I'm kind of torn. I don't know why the green is more pigmented on the other side, so let's just build that up a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. Kind of blended a little bit better too. Okay, so once we have the green down, I just need a little bit more. I'm just going to go in with my glitter glue real quick. Okay, so what I did is I swatched like both of them on the back of my hand the first swatch is just Silico by itself, and then the second one is the shadow stick underneath the shade. Not Silico, Chemical X. Silico is the green that we used, Caitlin. So what I'm going to do is just put on a little bit more of the green. And then I think I'm going to use the shadow stick first and then put the green shimmer over it. So I'm going to go in with the Mojo Jojo shadow stick first. I did put glitter glue on already though, but I don't think that's really going to affect it. And I'm going to put that all across the lid. I put the glitter glue on first because I thought I was just going to go in with Chemical X by itself, but I really like how the combo looks together. I'm just hoping it doesn't affect how this applies. It kind of is, but it's nothing too crazy. I'm kind of annoyed I just didn't leave it alone though, but it's working. It's actually not even that warm today, and I'm wearing this like camo t-shirt dress because I thought that the camo would be a fun, like, you know, print to wear for Buttercup's look, and also because it's like the only green thing that I own for work, like from Lucky, so I wanted to wear it today. But the thing is that it's only 75 degrees today. Not that that's that cold, but it's not exactly like really hot out. So, and it's pretty cloudy, so. Okay, so just like that. Just want to build it up a little bit more. That's really pretty. Wow, super vibrant. And then what we're going to do is use the green shimmer in the palette, which is Silico, which is right here. And I'm going to, not Silico, Chemical X, Caitlin. And I'm going to put that on top. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, I really like that together. I'm going to do it on the other eye. Take 10 million years to get ready. What else is new? So I went to the dentist, and then, like I said, I didn't really have time to do anything else when I got home, so basically just have to get ready and go. I was trying to call to see if I could schedule it for a different day, and they were like, no, he's not available, but I still have to go back next week anyway to take care of a filling. So yeah, that was fun. I'm just going to again reinforce that green because it's not as pigmented as the blue one that we used for the Buttercup look, so I have to like build it up a little bit more. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the eyes for now, and then we're going to jump into the face. So now we're going to go into the face. This is going to be more of a like full-on get ready with me, because last time I was only testing out and doing a first impressions on the whole Powerpuff Girls collection. But for, I don't know why I'm shaking this, but yeah. And then I'm using my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And then for my, so that was like my first impressions for the whole collection. Like this is actually like me getting ready doing my makeup this time. So for my concealer, for my foundation, I'm going to use the Beauty Blender Bounce Liquid Whip Longwear Foundation. I've been really enjoying this foundation, especially this past month. I just opened it. I don't know why I closed it again. I just hate the packaging on this. It's like so friggin' annoying. Like you never see if it actually comes out. But basically, I have to say something about work. First off, I am in the shade 1.00C, and now I'm just going to apply this. So, how are you guys doing? As far as, we haven't talked about COVID in a while, and this whole Delta variant is honestly really, really scary. I just hope you guys are all staying safe. And I just hope you guys, I encourage you to get vaccinated if you're able to, and if you can, I would get vaccinated, because even though it's not going to protect you from not getting infected, it will protect you from passing away. And that's pretty much what has been the big thing that the vaccine prevents, because I have been seeing that even though people have been vaccinated, they are getting mild cases mostly, but some people are getting hospitalized as well. But I think that these are people and younger they also say it's younger adults that have never had COVID before. They are not really counting people like myself who have had COVID before and are fully vaccinated. So I'm going on based on that, since they say that reinfection is rare, I am probably okay because I had COVID and I am fully vaccinated. But they also say that the immunity from having COVID lasts 3 to 4 months. And my 3 to 4 months was over this past month. So the end of July would have been 4 months. So that's why I was, seeing people and like going out to restaurants again, because I did not set foot in a restaurant until I was out of quarantine and I got fully vaccinated. That's the only time I really felt comfortable getting food, eating out. And I have eaten out a couple times with certain friends, and I've done like some things with other friends that, we weren't able to do before because now we're all fully vaccinated. But most of my friends that I know, they're fully vaccinated, but they've never had COVID before. So I'm going to go in with the Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealer in the shade 0.5. But the thing is that, so at my job, all of my my other coworkers and the other sales associate there are all vaccinated. All of us are vaccinated except for my store manager. And my store manager was saying she had a migraine yesterday. And I told her, like, what are your symptoms? Are you okay? Because she was asking me to come in to work, but I didn't really want to work because I had the last 5 days off. And honestly, I wanted to keep those 5 days off. So I said to her, like, just make sure you're okay. And plus, she's off today and tomorrow. She just needed to go home earlier yesterday because she said she wasn't feeling well and she had worked the whole weekend already. But this was my, weekend off, so I wasn't around her. So I don't work with her again until Friday. But it makes me really nervous now because there are certain things that, for one, August is my birthday, but there's also other things that I need to go to, especially this Sunday, that I can't risk getting exposed by my manager because she's literally the only other person that I spend more time with than like my family and my friends and my boyfriend. Because, she's my store manager and it's usually just me and her. When she's there, she's the one that works the most because she's there in the store all the time. So if she ends up being sicker than she actually is, if her symptoms get worse today and tomorrow, then she has to go get tested and she can't work if she gets tested, because you're supposed to quarantine when you get your test. Like, it's not just quarantining from when you have COVID. If it's a positive test, you have to quarantine from the time you get tested to the time you get your results, just in case, if you are positive, then you don't expose anybody else. So at this point, I don't really know. Because with her not being vaccinated, she wasn't just putting customers at risk, but she was putting everyone that she works with at risk. So since basically, new things have come out about the Delta variant, and like, they act like it's news that it doesn't like protect you from getting it. And it's like, we've known this for a while. They mostly said when it came out to this point is that it prevents death and serious illness. But it doesn't mean people aren't getting sick still or even being hospitalized. From what I've found out from my other friends, she said people are still getting hospitalized. So, but so far, anyone that has been vaccinated has not passed away. So, honestly, like, I don't understand, like, why that wouldn't be, like, a good enough thing for people to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna be protected because I don't want to, pass away. Like, I like my life. So why wouldn't that be a good reason? So, alright, so I'm just taking the shadow stick and I'm smudging it on the lower lash line. I'm going to do the same over here. So yeah, I'm kind of nervous because I have to go to Liz's memorial on Sunday. And if her symptoms don't get any better, she can't come back to work. I'm already opening on Friday, and if she can't work this weekend, I'm probably gonna have to open Saturday too, which is fine. But then after that, it's probably gonna change, like, I don't know. I can't assume that it's gonna change our schedules, but I don't know, like, if she's gonna get any sicker or if she's okay. I have no idea. So why is it she would go get tested, but she didn't get the vaccine? It's like, I don't really get it, to be honest. So at this point, if you're not vaccinated, please go get vaccinated so we can stop this disease from spreading. That's the whole reason why the Delta variant spread so rapidly, because the people who didn't get vaccinated are spreading it to everybody else, and that's why fully vaccinated people have to start wearing masks again. So it's just really frustrating at this point. Like, do we all want to go back to last year where we couldn't do anything? No, we thought we were getting a little bit of normalcy in our summer back, but people had to fuck that up. And I'm not giving a filter anymore. I don't care. Like, if you don't care enough to protect me and yourself, as long as, you know what, I don't care what your reason is to get vaccinated. If you're getting it to protect yourself, you're protecting other people. But if you're only getting it for your selfish self, I don't care. I'm getting it to protect myself too. Let's get real. We're getting it to protect ourselves. It's not if it's a selfish reason, it doesn't matter because you're still vaccinated. But at this point, if you're not vaccinated, what are you doing? All the unvaccinated people are getting infected. So, do you still believe it's not real? Do you still not believe in vaccinations? Because all the anti-vaxxers were relying on people that were vaccinated to end the pandemic. And it's like, well, not enough of the population, which they said 70% or more needed to be vaccinated in order for us to be somewhat being able to achieve herd immunity. But it's literally just past like 50% like a couple weeks ago, and they said that's still not enough. So it's like, what the hell are the other 20% of the population doing? unless you're immunocompromised or have a, deadly cancer, you obviously can't get vaccinated. But if you're healthy, don't you want to stay healthy? Like, I don't really get it, honestly. All right, I'm going to use mine. I know that there's some side effects, but it's way better than actually having COVID. I had COVID. I know how it feels. It's fucking terrible. I never want to go through that again. It's awful. So I sure as hell was getting that vaccination as soon as it came out. And it helped me recover tremendously. Tremendously. Nothing else would have helped. So I don't really get it. But, I need to, you know what? I don't care at this point. I don't know why my store manager didn't get vaccinated. It's like, you work in the public every day in a mall. Why wouldn't you get vaccinated? Like, don't you want some kind of protection? So, I don't know. I don't really get, like, what her rationale was. Like, why were you counting on all of your staff to get vaccinated so you can work around us without being vaccinated? Like, it's just, I don't get it. And then for my mascara, I'm going to go into the Gucci mascara. And, she doesn't have to disclose if she has a medical condition. That is obviously completely her business and confidential. But we also cannot, you cannot require any, like, I think they're going to start doing it, to be honest, because New York City already finally required patrons and employees that are eating in restaurants or working in restaurants that they have to show proof of vaccination. And I think it's going to start with a lot more than just restaurants. But restaurants are the one place in public that you spend the most time unmasked indoors. Like in a mall, in like pharmacy, Target, stuff like that, you walk around with a mask on. Like, you have no reason to take your mask off unless, you're just ignorant or because you're eating in a restaurant. So I just don't really get it. I really, really don't at this point. It's frustrating as hell for the people that got vaccinated. It's like, we did what we're supposed to do, and now we have to... It's frustrating for us because we're trying to stop the virus, and we can't when the people who aren't vaccinated don't do what they're supposed to do too. Alright, so for my bronzer, I'm going to use and I'm not saying like it's, basically the unvaccinated are relying on the people that were vaccinated to stop the pandemic. So they're basically putting it all on us, but it's like, it's not enough of the population to stop it. That's why the Delta variant was created, because these people didn't get vaccinated. And this virus is going to keep on mutating if you don't have antibodies that are injected into you to help fight off COVID. So I don't really understand what they don't get. So for my bronzer, I used the Gucci bronzer, and now I'm going to go into the Powerpuff Girls blush in the shade Saving the World. And I'm going to use that as my blush. So yeah, I went on a rant over, but it's really damn frustrating when, and especially if you work in the public, I don't really understand. Like, I understand people that work from home that aren't really around people. Like, maybe they think they're not going to get sick, but at the same time, it's like, you're putting people who can't get the shot at risk, and you're putting kids 12 and under at risk if you have family. And if you have kids that go to school, you're potentially going to bring it home to your kids, because even though it was much less likely for kids to get sick with the original strains of COVID, the Delta variant can infect anyone. Not that it couldn't before, but it has mutated to a point where it's so contagious at this point. And the fact that it can kill every 1 in 3 people. That is scary as hell. Not 1 in 10, not 1 in 20, 1 in 3 people. Like, that's so scary. So if I can't make it to my best friend's memorial this weekend, I'm never going to forgive my manager if she doesn't take the proper precautions to see if she's actually sick or not. But I'm going to text her today and ask her. But it's like, why is it my responsibility? You should be updating your staff because they're your staff to tell us whether or not you're feeling better. Because then you're putting, again, all of us at risk. Okay, and then for the, I forgot to do my inner corners because I'm talking too much. I kind of want to use this shade, the Mayor. I want to see how that looks on the inner corners because I haven't used it on the inner corners yet. So we're going to do that. How many times can I say inner corners? Like a gajillion, probably. It's like a really pretty, like, bronzy color. But I think it's going to lighten up on the inner corners. Yeah, that's really pretty. I like that. Okay, we're almost done. I do have a new highlighter to use today, actually. So since you guys know that Becca is going to be getting pulled out of Sephora by next month, I've been seeing a lot of their products at Marshall's. I haven't been able to make it to TJ Maxx in a while, but I've been going to Marshall's like every time that like I leave my boyfriend's house early. I'll stop by Marshall's just to see what they have. I went like twice this week already. And they have been having quite a bit of, you know, Becca's products. So I went to see if they have like their Shimmering Skin Perfectors. But I didn't pick any up last time I was there. So I ended up going back, I think last night, and I ended up finding just one, and it was the last one. Like, that was the only one that they had. Like, the last time I had went, they had quite a few, and then this time they only had one left. So I picked up the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Vanilla Quartz, and I've always wanted to try this shade. It's so freaking pretty. It's like this beautiful, like, white gold with like a vanilla hint to it, and it looks stunning. So I'm going to use this on my face. Holy crap. That is beautiful. And it kind of, it goes with this look because it has like that golden, like almost duochromeness to it. So it's a tiny bit like peachy vanilla. So it looks really pretty with the green. That is stunning. I really like that. But they haven't like mandated like any like mask mandate in my mall yet. And I'm not gonna wear a mask again until my mall requires us to, because we're not required to. And again, I'm going on, since I had COVID recently and I'm fully vaccinated, I'm going on that since because again, they're not saying like for people that have had COVID and are fully vaccinated, is it different for us? Oh my god, I'm like totally like putting like a dent in this highlight. That is really gorgeous. I love that. And then I'm going to just set my face with my Milk Makeup setting spray. Yeah, they're not telling people like who have had COVID and are fully vaccinated like what they should be doing. So it's a little bit annoying. Okay, and then for my lips, I'm going to go into Colourpop's BFF just to line my lips first. My jacket still smells like bonfire from my friend's backyard that I went to last week because I haven't worn it since then. And then for my lips, I'm going to use Urban Decay's Oat Milk lipstick. Okay, and then to top off the lipstick, I'm going to go in with the Roller Gloss for Buttercup. Yeah, that's pretty. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Oh my god. Just want to wipe that off. Okay, so this is the finished look. Here are the eyes. Really love how they turned out. The cheeks and the lips. I hope you guys enjoyed. I have to get to work, so please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819 and my Poshmark as well at the same handle. I love you guys. Bye.